what's up, everybody? Gonna do a classic rock reaction, man. This is an album reaction, and it's featuring the music of Jackson Browne, the great Jackson Browne. And the album is called Late for the Sky, released in September of 74. Before I pop this off, man, just want to give a shout out and a thanks to Jeffrey Davis. Thanks very much for the recommendation, man. Jeffrey says, hi Wayne, I'm going to do a complete 180 from Pink Floyd and give you a request for songs from Jackson Browne's classic masterpiece album from September of 74, Late for the Sky. Jackson is one of the premier singer-songwriters, and I would consider him right up there with Neil Young and Joni Mitchell in their way of writing songs of love and personal loss and self-reflection. Absolutely, I agree. But out of those three, he is, I know the least amount about him, and I haven't done as much in the way of reactions. So I got to get caught up where it comes to Jackson Browne. But with that said, man, let's hit this up, the whole album all the way through. Late for the Sky, Jackson Browne. Let's get it.
Told me I was gonna have to work for a living, but all I wanna do is ride. I don't care where we're going from here, honey, you decide. Well, I spend my time at the bottom of a wishing well, and I can hear my dreams singing clear as a bell. I used to know where they ended and the world began, but now it's getting hard to tell. I could be just around the corner from heaven or a mile from hell. I'm just rolling away from yesterday behind the wheel of a stolen Chevrolet. Gonna get a little higher, see if I can hotwire reality. See those dark clouds gathering up ahead. They're gonna wash this planet clean like the Bible said. Now you can hold on steady, try to be ready, but everybody's gonna get wet. Don't think it won't happen just because it hasn't happened yet. I'm just rolling away from yesterday behind the wheel of a stolen Chevrolet. Gonna get a little higher, see if I can hotwire reality.
Great musicians. Excellent.
Are the words that are broken, and somehow the feeling still wasn't right. And still we continued on through the night. Tracing our steps from the beginning till they vanished into the air, trying to understand how our lives had led us there. Looking hard into your eyes, there was nobody I'd ever known. Such an empty surprise to feel so alone. Now for me some words come easy, but I know that they don't mean that much compared with the things that are said when lovers touch. You never knew what I loved in you. I don't know what you loved in me. Maybe the picture of somebody you were hoping I might be. Awake again, I can't pretend, and I know I'm alone and close to the end of the feeling we've known. How long have I been sleeping? How long have I been drifting alone through the night? How long have I been dreaming I could make it right if I closed my eyes and tried with all my might to be the one you need?
This guitarist look familiar? Can't.
Awake again, I can't pretend, and I know I'm alone and close to the end of the feeling we've known. How long have I been sleeping? How long have I been drifting alone through the night? How long have I been running for that morning flight through the whispered promises and the changing light of the bed where we both lie, late for the sky?
that example is all you need, really, but there's just so much more, of course.
Looking through some photographs I found inside a drawer, I was taken by a photograph of you. There were one or two I know that you would have liked a little more, but they didn't show your spirit quite as true. Turning round to see who was behind you, and I took your childish laughter by surprise. And at the moment that my camera happened to find you, there was just a trace of sorrow in your eyes. Now the things that I remember seem so distant, so small, though it hasn't really been that long a time. What I was seeing wasn't what was happening at all, although for a while our path did seem to climb. See through love's illusions, there lies the danger, and your perfect lover just looks like a perfect fool. So you go running off in search of a perfect stranger, while the loneliness seems to spring from your life like a fountain from a pool. Sorrow, fountain of light. You've known that hollow sound of your own steps in flight. You've had to hide sometimes, but now you're alright. And it's good to see your smiling face tonight.
I can't help but feel that every song this guy sings, it's about a real life experience, you know. You can't tell the difference. Storytelling reminds me of Harry Chapin.
It may not be that hard to reach our dreams, but that magic feeling never seems to last. And while the future's there for anyone to change, still you know it seems it would be easier sometimes to change the past. I'm just 1 or 2 years and a couple of changes behind you. In my lessons at love's pain and heartaches too, where if you feel too free and you need something to remind you, there's this loneliness springing up from your life like a fountain from a pool. Fountain of sorrow, fountain of light. You've known that hollow sound of your own steps in flight. You've had to hide sometimes, but now you're alright. And it's good to see your smiling face tonight. fountain of sorrow, fountain of light. You've known that hollow sound of your own steps in flight. You've had to struggle, you've had to fight to keep understanding and compassion in sight. You could be laughing at me, you've got the right, but you go on smiling, so clear and so bright.
He describes it so well. All of the stuff that he's got to experience after a relationship ends, or the process of the relationship ending, and then afterwards. Great storyteller, and you get the vision of the relationship, you know?
I want to sing this song for countless people who I've never had the time to thank, among whose members are Orrin and Crystal Zevon and their little daughter Ariel.
It's a nice name, Ariel.
Maps and the drawings of the journey I
Doesn't his music give you that feeling that you're walking right next to him? Seeing what he's seeing, feeling what he's feeling?
The distance leads me farther on. Though the reasons I once had are gone, I keep thinking I'll find what I'm looking for in the sand beneath the dawn. But the angels are older. They can see that the sun's setting fast. They look over my shoulder at the vision of paradise. Continue the light of the past, and they lay down behind me to sleep beside the road till the morning has come. But they know they will find me with my maps and my faith in the distance, moving farther on.
Excellent.
Walking slow down the avenue through my old neighborhood. I don't know why I'm happy. I got no reason to feel this good. Maybe it's because I'm all alone and I got no place to go. Everywhere I look, I see another person I never know. I got a thing or two to say before I walk on by. I'm feeling good, but if I die a little farther alone, I'm trusting everyone to carry on. Pretty little girl running up and down the street with no shoes on. I got a pretty little girl of my own at home. Sometimes we forget we love each other and we fight for no reason. I don't know what I'll do if she ever leaves me alone. I got a thing or two to say before I walk on by. I'm feeling good, but if I die a little farther alone, I'm trusting everyone to carry on.
Thinking of you, Evelyn. You know what I'm talking about.
I got a thing or two to say before I walk on by. I'm feeling good today, but if I die a little farther alone, I'm trusting everyone to carry
AKA
on.
Helene.
Well, I'm putting up my left foot. I'm putting up my right foot. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Nice.
Everyone I've ever known has wished me well. Anyway, that's how it seems, it's hard to tell. Maybe people only ask you how you're doing, 'cause that's easier than letting on how little they could care. But when you know that you've got a real friend somewhere, suddenly all the others are so much easier to bear. Now to see things clear, it's hard enough, I know. While you're waiting for reality to show, without dreaming of the perfect love and holding it so far above, if you stumbled onto someone real, you'd never know. You'd never know. You could be with somebody who is lonely too. Sometimes it doesn't show. He might be trying to get across to you. Words can be so slow. When your own emptiness is all that's getting through, there comes a point when you're not sure why you're still talking. I passed that point long ago. Long ago. I'm so tired of all this circling and all these glimpses of the end. You know it's useless to pretend. That's all the voices say. You'll go right on circling till you found some kind of friend. Well, I saw you through the laughter and the noise. You were talking with the soldiers and the boys, while they scuffled through your weary smiles. I thought of all the empty miles and the years that I'd spent looking for your eyes. Looking for your eyes. Now I'm sitting here wondering what to say that you might recognize. Afraid that all these words might scare you away. Break through the disguise. No one ever talks about their feelings anyway, without dressing them in dreams and laughter. I guess it's just too painful otherwise. It's like you're standing in the window of a house nobody lives in, and I'm sitting in a car across the way. Let's just say it's an early model Chevrolet. Let's just say it's a warm and windy day. You go and pack your sorrow. Trash man comes tomorrow. Leave it at the curb and we'll just roll away.
Where does Jackson rank among your favorite rock and roll singers and songwriters? It's got to be top 10 at least. Excellent. Oh, sorry, that was the late show, not late for this guy. For a dancer.
Keep a fire burning in your eye. Pay attention to the open sky. You never know what will be coming down. I don't remember losing track of you. You were always dancing in and out of you. I must have thought you'd always be around. Always keeping things real by playing the clown. Now you know where to be found. I don't know what happens when people die. Can't seem to grasp it as hard as I try. It's like a song I can hear playing right in my ear. I can't sing, I can't help listening. I can't help feeling stupid standing round, crying as they ease you down. 'Cause I know that you'd rather we were dancing, dancing our sorrow away. Right on dancing. There's nothing you can do about it anyway. Just do the steps that you've been shown by everyone you've ever known, until the dance becomes your very own. No matter how close to yours another steps have grown, in the end there is one dance you'll do alone.
It's very deep. This is personal for sure. Lost somebody. She was a dancer.
Keep a fire for the human race. Let your prayers go drifting into space. You never know what will be coming down. Perhaps a better world is drawing near. Just as easily it could all disappear, along with whatever meaning you might have found. Don't let the uncertainty turn you around. Go on and make a joyful sound into a dancer you have grown from a seed somebody else has thrown. Go on ahead and throw some seeds of your own, and somewhere between the time you arrive and the time you go, may lie a reason you will lie, but you'll never know.
This was definitely someone in his life. Feelings probably or maybe a girlfriend in his early early days.
Some of them were dreamers, some of them were fools, who were making plans and thinking of the future. With the energy of the innocent, they were gathering the tools they would need to make their journey back to nature. While the sand slipped through the opening and their hands reached for the golden ring, with their hearts they turned to each other's hearts for refuge. In the troubled years that came before the deluge, some of them knew pleasure, some of them knew pain, and for some of them it was only the moment that mattered. And on the brave and crazy wings of youth, they went flying around in the rain, and their feathers, once so fine, torn and tattered. And in the end they traded their tired wings for the resignation that living brings, and exchanged love's bright and fragile glow for the glitter and the rouge. And in a moment they were swept before the deluge. Let the music keep our spirits high. Let the buildings keep our children dry. Let creation reveal its secrets by and by. By and by. When the light that's lost within us reaches the sky. Some of them were angry at the way the earth was abused by the man who learned how to forge her beauty into power. And they struggled to protect her from them, only to be confused by the magnitude of her fury in the final hour. And when the sand was gone and the time arrived, in the naked dawn only a few survived, and in attempts to understand a thing so simple and so huge, believed that they were meant to live after the deluge. Now let the music keep our spirits high. Let the buildings keep our children dry. Let creation reveal its secrets by and by. By and by. When the light that's lost within
Jackson Browne singing a string of concept albums. Could you imagine how he would spin those tales with his style of playing and musicianship? Wow. So that's the album Late for the Sky. Wonderful. Just a fantastic artist, man. There ain't nobody out there that doesn't like Jackson Browne. There's just no such creature in existence, man. How could you not like this guy? You know, every single thing that I've heard him touch, I've liked. You know what I'm saying? And he's just one of those artists that you just like and respect the hell out of. And I don't even know much about the guy. I don't even know much about his personal life. And so all of these songs seem to be real experiences. I can't tell the difference from his real life to if it's just something that he's just created out of thin air or whatever the case may be, but it always feels like he's singing about something real from his experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a great ability to convey that kind of feeling to the listener, and he's just got that naturally without barely even trying. You know what I mean? He doesn't have an angst about it. He doesn't have to lean into it too much. He's just delivering it, you know, and he's a storyteller, and I really like that about Jackson Browne. Fantastic, man. So, where does Jackson rank for you on your list of great songwriter storytellers? And that's the category, you know. I don't put him in anything else except that. Great songwriter, storyteller, great singer category. Where does he rank for you? Definitely he's rubbing shoulders with Neil and with Joni Mitchell, like you said, Jeffrey, and a host of all the other great singers, songwriter, storytellers, you know? So, let's do this. Let's introduce the man, and then we'll take a look at the album. Oh man, that's a lot of information. I gotta, yo man, damn. Yeah, okay, I gotta skip around. It's a lot of information here, man. I mean, of course, I appreciate information and I appreciate detail, and oftentimes I have to go back on my own and kind of read, and because I know that I'm missing a lot when I'm jumping around. But yeah, let's do a little intro of the man himself, just a little bit. Yeah, just the intro part of the Wikipedia page for him is long as hell, so I gotta even skip around with that too. And then we'll check out the album info. Jackson Browne. Clyde Jackson Browne, born October 9, 1948, is an American musician, songwriter, and political activist who sold over 18 million albums in the US. Emerging as a precocious teen songwriter in the mid-60s in LA, he had his first successes writing songs for others. Writing These Days as a 16-year-old, the song became a minor hit for the German singer and Andy Warhol protege Nico in 1967. He also wrote several songs for fellow Southern California bands Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, with whom he was briefly a member in '66, and the Eagles, the latter of whom had their first Billboard Top 40 hit, Take It Easy, in 1972. Encouraged by his successes writing songs for others, Browne released his self-titled debut album in '72, which spawned two top 40 hits of his own, Dr. My Eyes and Rock Me on the Water. Have I heard Rock Me on the Water? It's not coming to mind. It would be the 1977 album, Running on Empty, that would be his signature work, peaking at number 3 on the album chart and remaining there for over a year. Successful albums continued through the 1980s. Running on Empty. So, my girlfriend calls it the Forrest Gump song. There's more to it though, it goes way back. He released 2 compilation albums, The Next Voice You Hear, The Best of Jackson Browne in '97, and The Very Best of Jackson Browne, released in conjunction with his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in 2004. Rolling Stone ranked him as 37th in its list of the 100 greatest songwriters of all time. You'd know that he would be on that list, man. Late for the Sky. Late for the Sky is the 3rd studio album by American singer-songwriter Jackson Browne, released by Asylum Records on September 13th of '74. It peaked at number 14 on Billboard's Pop Albums chart. In 2020, the album was deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant by the Library of Congress and selected for preservation in the National Recording Registry. Damn. Now that's an album, and I know he's had some great ones, not just this one. Background. Browne was still living in his childhood home, the Abbey San Antino, where he began writing the songs for his 3rd album. Because of the high cost of recording his previous album, Asylum Records founder David Geffen required him to complete this new album quicker and at less cost. Browne decided to use his touring band of David Lindley, Doug Haywood, Jai Winding, and Larry Zach. David Lindley. Is that the lead guitarist? The guy that was also playing the slide? If so, where do I know him from? I know his face, and the name rings a bell if it's him, but I'm not putting it together as to where. It was also decided that Al Schmidt, an engineer on For Every Man, would co-produce to aid in the album being completed on time. The album was completed in 6 weeks and a half, and at half the cost of For Every Man. Numerous friends of Browne's, including Dan Fogelberg, Don Henley, and J.D. Souther, contributed harmony vocals. There were only 8 songs on the album, 5 of them longer than 5 minutes. The title track was used in the '76 Martin Scorsese film Taxi Driver. Before the Deluge was later covered by Joan Baez on her 1979 album Honest Lullaby. I believe I did a reaction to that. Baez and Browne performed the song together on her 1989 PBS concert special. Walking Slow and Fountain of Sorrow were released as singles. In a speech inducting Browne into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Bruce Springsteen, another great singer-songwriter, called Late for the Sky Browne's masterpiece. Bruce Springsteen called Late for the Sky Browne's masterpiece and referred to the car doors slamming at the end of The Late Show. In 2000, it was voted number 594 in Colin Larkin's all-time top 1,000 albums. In 2003, the album was ranked number 372 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest albums of all time, Browne's highest ranking. The album was certified as a gold record in '74 and platinum in '89. Reviewing for Rolling Stone in '74, Stephen Holden highly praised the album, calling it Browne's most mature, conceptually unified work to date, and saying that the open-ended poetry achieves power from the nearly religious intensity that accumulates around the central motives. Its fervor is underscored by the sparest and hardest production to be found on any Browne album yet, as well as by his impassioned, oracular singing style. In a retrospective review for AllMusic, William Ruhlman describes the themes of the album as love, loss, identity, apocalypse, similar to Browne's debut album, feeling that Browne delved even deeper into them. Yet his seeming uncertainty and self-doubt reflected the size and complexity of the problems he was addressing in these songs, and few had ever explored such territory, much less mapped it out so well. Very well said there. Yeah, so many reviews, man. Let's read another half paragraph here. According to the Rolling Stone album guide, Late for the Sky strengthens and solidifies Browne's approach. It's the quintessential Browne album. The metaphorical complexity of Fountain of Sorrow and the clear-eyed poignancy of For a Dancer would be a tough act to follow when his songwriting is so sharp. The mellowing trend in his music dulls the impact. In a 99 Rolling Stone review, For Every Man called Late for the Sky's Browne's masterpiece. Okay, that didn't read right. Let me try that again. A 1999 Rolling Stone review of For Every Man called Late for the Sky Browne's masterpiece. There we go. Didn't nail the landing the first time. And, not this guy, man. Oh, such a perfect reaction. There ain't no way I'm gonna read his dumbass comments. And he's dozens of critics, and this pinhead, man, is the only one that doesn't have anything good to say. Where did they grow you from? I'm so far past you, man. I'm not even gonna give you any energy. Anyway, how can anyone have anything bad to say about Jackson Browne? You're a pinhead. All right. Ann Cat, Evelyn, Brian, Susan, Amy, I've got reactions for you folks coming up. I think Evelyn's got some Led Zeppelin for me. No, it's Robert Plant. Who here has a little Led Zeppelin? I think it's Susan, maybe. There's a full album reaction, and there's a quad, and in here too there's a documentary, I believe. So a good mixed bag of things coming up, man. Looking forward to it. And even though I'm winding down with the channel reactions and whatnot, I'll still be around. I'll pop in once in a while, and when something of significance happens, if one of our great icons pass, I'll definitely do my best to stop what I'm doing and do a tribute. And the odd time something very eventful will happen, like maybe a great piece of concert footage will drop from a Pink Floyd or something like that, something big, you know what I'm saying? So I'll always be around somewhat, too busy to do it on a daily grind, but once in a while I'll definitely take time to do a reaction to something really cool. I'm thinking of a documentary series that might come out, or something big like that, you know what I'm saying? All right, that concludes our look at this excellent artist. Jeffrey, you're the shit, brother. Thank you very much. I know that this was for you, but it was totally up my street, and I really dig this artist, man. This guy, in my opinion, is one of the best artists in that genre that we're calling rock and roll, but he crosses over into so many other areas too, doesn't he? The first time I laid eyes on Jackson Browne, heard of Jackson Browne, I'm pretty sure was when, growing up in the 80s, I believe is it Lawyers in Love? And he was kind of singing at the moon or some shit. And He also did a video with Clarence Clemens, and brother was blowing that sax, man. Uh, I think it's You're a Friend of Mine, was it? So yeah, that was my first dose of Jackson Browne in the 80s. Something about my baby, she's got to be my baby, I think. And then, just like a lot of other artists, I then realized that he had a really excellent 70s career, probably even more successful than his 80s career, just like a lot of other artists, right? And so then, I've always kind of made a point of getting to know him. And then, of course, I made a joke about Forrest Gump, but then the Forrest Gump movie came out, and that Running on Empty piece there, and yeah, that song, just resonated with me, of course. And then it was a little bit of a Jackson Browne discovery, a little bit here and there. I stay a little bit longer. I'm trying to kind of rechannel all of my Jackson Browne exposure. But yeah, so it was a little bit of this and that over the years, but I've always held this guy in very, very good standing. And even though I don't know him as well as others per se, I hold him up there. And you're right, Jeffrey, he's definitely rubbing shoulders with the likes of Neil and Joni. Anyways, you guys have yourselves a good one. Take care. And you'll see me tomorrow. And it'll be Ant Cat's reaction. See you then. Peace.